This video shows how to use Spoken English 2020 software. Put the Spoken English 2020 software CD in the CD drive of your computer. You'll see the autoplay window pop up. You have to click on Open Folder to view files using Windows Explorer. Just click on it. You may see this window that shows the details of everything that's on the CD, or, depending on your computer setting, you may see this window, where only 3 files, 1 folder and 2 files show. You have to copy these 3 onto the desktop by drag and drop. If you see this window, you have to copy only this file, and this folder to the desktop. SpokenEnglish2020.exe, SpokenEnglish2020.idt, these 2 files, and this folder. Do not copy anything else. They are copy protected. This folder you have to copy. SpokenEnglish2020 folder. That has all the data. It shows it's copying. It may take somewhere between 3 to 5 minutes to copy on the desktop. About 5 minutes, 30 seconds. So you have copied the necessary files and folders on the desktop. Remember not to copy anything else. Only this, these 2 files, and this folder. You can run the program by double-clicking on this icon to run from the software CD, which will take much longer to start. So, I'm showing the faster way. You have to double-click on the program that just copied on the desktop. Double-click on it. It may take a minute or 2 to start the program. Do not take the CD out. The CD must stay in the CD drive. So you see the main screen of the program. There's a welcome message with a very short instruction and the translation in German. Listen to the message. If you do not want to see the translation in German, you can switch it off by clicking here and choosing English only. Or you can choose your language to see the translation. For example, I'm choosing Hindi. You can say Hindi translation. Every page will show up along with Hindi translation. Bengali translation show up. Or Telugu translation show up. Or if you do not want to say the translation, just click English only. I'll leave it at German, which is by default the translation language. Here are the lessons. 20 lessons based on 10 real situations. Family, food, and home. That's when the guests come to your house. How to make a conversation with them. General knowledge. My neighbors and friends. How to talk to the neighbors and friends. My school. Talking about the school. Workplace and office. The kind of conversation that takes place with a customer at a post office, for example, or within the office. English is interesting. Going out shopping and restaurant, how to make a conversation, hotel and restaurant, or at a shop. Hobbies and sports, if you want to talk about your hobbies and sports to somebody. These are the 2 lessons. Meeting new people and making friends. These are the two lessons. You often meet people, you want to make a conversation with them, you want to be friends with them. These are the two lessons for that. Two special lessons are added here, traveling to foreign country by plane. All the questions about buying the ticket, checking in, the questions at the security, the customs, immigration officer, everything is covered here, including touring the city. Let me give you the demo of this one. I would suggest that you go through lesson 1 through 20, but for the purpose of demo, I'll show only lesson 19. You click on that button, and lesson 19 comes up. I'll pause it for a moment to explain what it is. You hear travel, travel agent. How these two words should sound. These are two very important words related to travel. You have to repeat exactly the way you hear. Travel, travel agent, right after the word is pronounced. After that, the first sentence is read to you by the program. Listen carefully and repeat exactly what you hear.
You can organize your travel yourself or through an agent.
The translations are given below the English sentence.
Your travel agent can plan your travel, book the ticket, hotels, apply for a visa, etc.
You have to repeat as soon as the sentence is finished, exactly the way you hear. If you are a beginner, you can play the voice at a slow speed by clicking on the slow button here. Then the voice will be played at a slower speed so that you understand better and you get the right pronunciation. Travel, travel agent.
You can organize your travel yourself or through an agent.
You heard the sound was being played at a slower speed. After you have practiced a few times, then you can click back on the normal button and the voice will be played at normal speed again. If you want to repeat the whole page, you click on the repeat button. That repeats the whole page again. If you want to repeat only the words, suppose you do not hear them carefully, you want to repeat and practice, you click on this button. The words are repeated. If you want to hear this sentence only, click on this repeat button.
You can organize your travel yourself or through an agent.
Or you can click on this. Or you can repeat the whole page if you like. This is the button for pause and continue. You may have to use this button often to read the translation, to understand the meaning, etc. To go to the next page, you click on the next button or wait for 10 seconds. It automatically goes to the next page. Let me click the next page. Again, a few words come up and a few related important sentences. These words and important sentences are not arbitrary. They use a method called memory web association method that relates all the words necessary for a particular topic to important sentences. It's the best method for learning a second language. Let me explain how that works. See, there are groups of words called nodes, and each of these lines are the connecting sentences that connect the words. The whole content of this program is based on this very powerful method called memory web association method. This is the fastest way to learn a second language. It's a very well-researched method. So your vocabulary and the speech both are built very, very quickly, and you learn only the useful things. There is no gimmick in this. So you click next. Suppose you want to go back, you click the back button. If you want to go back to the first page of the lesson, you click on the first button. Okay. Here it shows we are on lesson 19, page 2 of 43. That means there are 43 pages in this lesson. Each lesson has somewhere between 35 and 60 pages. Total, there may be about 750. There are about 750 pages in this course. If you want to jump to a particular page, for example, I want to jump to, say, 42. I type 42 and click go. Goes to page 42. Next, that brings me to the last page, 43 out of 43. So the next button becomes gray and you cannot go any further in that lesson. You have to return to another lesson. The trick is you must repeat after each word exactly as you hear, and you have to repeat after each sentence as you hear. For example,
going to that city is a full-day trip. It takes 4 hours by train each way.
It takes 4 hours by train each way. This is a sentence you may hear from the Tourist Information Office. If you practice saying exactly the way it's said by the program, you will have wonderful international accent. Everybody will understand you and you'll become fluent very, very quickly.
Have a good trip. Thank you. How was your trip? Wonderful.
Wonderful. Wonderful. So, once one lesson is finished, you have to click on Home button to go back to the main page. Then you choose another lesson and repeat the same procedure. To get out of the program, click on Exit button or Close Window button and confirm with an OK. The next time you start the program, you just have to make sure the CD is in the CD drive. Without that CD, the program cannot run. And double click on this icon and then repeat the same procedure as I demonstrated earlier. I hope this demo was useful for you, and I'm sure if you practice the way I showed, within a couple of months, you'll be able to speak English fluently and confidently and make useful conversation. Thank you and goodbye.